Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodesh. Double honors to the elder apostles, as well as the elder bishops. Salakia. All right, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth, sincerity, and indeed. I'm your brother Kapatazar from the Great Millstone Chicago branch, coming at you with a real quick, Lord willing, edifying lesson. And this lesson was inspired by this Instagram clip that I'm going to show you here shortly, because, one thing that you notice, the climate of the world, as far as, so-called dating, relationships wise here in America is completely in shambles. And you had this type of scenario going on towards the collapse of Rome back then. Men and women just weren't getting married. Men were running away from marriage. Women were having, it was more and more baby mamas popping up, and society, began to completely decline and break down socially. And that's what you see now, because when you give sexual liberation to women, that then is a key indicator to the downfall and collapse of your society. And matter of fact, I'm going to prove it. This guy named J.D. Unwin, right? He did a study. I'll just look it up. He did a study, and he found that hold on one second, I'm gonna find it. I'm coming off the top, bro. It just popped in my head. Literally, I wasn't gonna get this, but let me see. Yep, here it goes. So J.D. Unwin, he wrote this book called Sex and Culture, right? So Sex and Culture by J.D. Unwin, published in 1934. The book analyzes 80 primitive cultures and a number of past empires, and finds that without exception, the level of advancement or decline of all cultures is directly tied to the level of regulation of female sexuality. See that? Okay. And this goes, like he said, without exception. So this is the key indicator. This is one of the many common denominators that you see throughout history that you can track the downfall of an empire, okay? And I'm going to show you why. It says his historical examples include Sumerians, Babylonians, Athenians, Romans, Teutons, Anglo-Saxons, and English. It says in every example, these cultures began to rise when women were required to be virgins at marriage and to be monogamous for life. Okay, this is when societies thrived. Okay. It says all of these cultures began to decline when women were given rights and were not required to be virgins at marriage, when divorce was common and marriage was in decline. And you see that? Ain't that what we got going on today? Okay, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, this is wild. So watch this. Oh, so look, she says how my body count changed over the years. Okay, now watch this. So by her freshman year of college, this young lady right here, she had already slept with 19 men and 4 women. Do you see this? By her freshman year of college, she's like 18, 19 years old. So at age 18 to 19 years old, she's already had just as many men as she's had birthdays. See, the elder Malcolm here in Chicago, he's the first man that I've ever heard say, the women here in America, they have more sexual partners than they've had birthdays, and I always laughed. But as I got older, I come to realize he wasn't lying. In fact, it was an understatement. Not only has she had just as many men as she's had birthdays at this point of time in her life, she's also slept with 4 women as well. But it gets worse. Watch this. Look at that. She said by her junior year, 42 men and 16 women. By her junior year in college. You see what college does? All right, they're already losing their virginity in grade school. We got to keep it real. Middle school, they're already losing their virginity. So, but yeah, by the time they get to high school, yeah, they got some bodies. A lot of times, by the time they finish high school, they've had over 5 bodies. Over 5. That's an understatement nowadays. These days, these new millennium babies, by the end of high school, they've probably already had about 20 bodies. All right. So this is her junior year, man. 42 dudes, 16 women. Look at that. Like that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. 42 dudes, 16 women. And she's only a junior in high school, bro. I mean, a junior in college. So do you see why society, dating-wise, relationship-wise, is in complete decline? You see? You see why America is falling, collapsing from within? There's no more family units, you know? And to think, by the time she graduates college, man, the guy, the poor male that bends on one knee to take her to wife, she's probably slept with more women than him. This is the world we live in. They expect a man to get down on one knee, you know, to make a vow before God, knowing that you've probably slept with more women than he has. Knowing that the amount of men you've slept with is probably in the triple digits. These hoes are out here, they putting up gas station numbers. Real talk. And have the audacity to want to wear a white dress at their wedding. This is sick, man. That's why the scriptures kept a very, very short leash on women. Okay? Because if you give them liberty, I'm going to just get it. All right? You give them liberty, this is what they're going to do. This is Sirach 26:10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. Meaning, they have a short leash. You keep a close watch on them. All right. It says, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. And you see, this is what America produces, over much liberty. This is what J.D. Unwin figured out and discovered. Okay. He researched thousands of years of history, a myriad of different empires, dynasties, rulerships, you see, and he found the common denominator that signaled the end. And this is it. This is why the scripture said what they said, man. These women are abusing themselves. They have too much liberty. So guess what? They're going to do Tom, Dick, and Harry and Harriet. Okay. Imagine that. I'm getting ready to end it. You know how YouTube is. All right, this is Sirach chapter 36 and verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. That's a wife. You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't mix. It's like oil and water. You know, the shit just ain't finna mix, man. Okay? But these are the same women that are complaining on social media that they can't find a husband. See? It says, verse 25, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And what is the hedge? The protection. What is the hedge? The rules, the guidelines, the standards. Okay? The godly and profitable way of life. That is a hedge. That is the security blanket that keeps these women from abusing themselves, from ruining themselves, man. You see? It says where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. All right? Remember, previous verse, the wife is the possession. All right? Yes, as a wife, you are a possession. You are at first the possession of your father, and then you become the possession of your husband that your father is supposed to marry you to. See? But see, here in America, that's not so. Okay? When I did a previous lesson, arranged marriages, even today, arranged marriages have a 96% success rate. The couples are actually happy. That's called doing things decently and in order. You see? Because what? The father knows best. But you see here, nah. You let these women run the show, and this is what they do. A child left to himself will become willful. These women are like goddamn children out here, man. So they're just running around, man. Opening their arrows, open their quiver to every arrow, like the scriptures say. 42 men, junior in college, man, 42 dudes, 16 women, man. And these are just the ones she's counting. Verse 25, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. And that's what you see now. That's what you see with the young man. They're mourning. You know, they're saddened, they're discouraged that, hey, I can't find a wife. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of these niggas ain't real men, the majority of them. All right. I will, you know what I mean? We got to put the balance on it. We got to put the paint where it ain't. The majority of these males here in America are not men. They're soft as hell. They're emotional. They were raised by their mama, you know. There's nothing manly about them. There's nothing respectable about them. Okay. The majority of them, soft as hell, you know. But nonetheless, shit, hey, it's to the point where men are leaving in mass. Men are traveling abroad and overseas where the philosophy of the West has not rotted the minds of the people. And they're out there going to find decent women to wife up, man. And that's taking its effect here in America. Okay? Because the possession is spoiled out here, man. So that's why it's best to, hey, just man up out here, man. And, hey, just ride this thing out dolo, dog. Straight up. That's your best bet out here, man. You know? Now there are a few decent women out there. There are a few, you know, a very few, you know, sisters that actually is doing right, trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean? Trying to get right, you know? But, yeah, ain't nobody got time to be trying to count them and sift through that. All right, we just go, hey, when that day comes, hey, we just going to let the Lord bless us with what he going to bless us with, man. Other than that, hey, my advice to you guys out there, hey, man, ride this shit out dolo, man. All right, do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Read the Bible, read books, expand your mental, you know what I mean? Get in that gym, get swole, get about your money, man. And hey, you know, do with that information what you will. But yeah, this shit is crazy, man. So, hey, you Akim out there, hey, be careful, you know, and just keep that in mind, man. You know, while you talking to this girl, hey, she done probably had more sex with women than you did, dog. So don't even think about the guys, man. Hey, gas station numbers out here, man. So with that, hope this is edifying. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom, and a Baba Ball.